Welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name's Jenny Senaparatna. Grab your favorite drink, get a snack, maybe two today, and we'll get started. Today I have strawberries and blueberries because you need to eat fruit when it's in season. It is really when it's the best. And in Minnesota, it's a very short period of time, so eat it when you can. And I have my Ceylon tea with half and half and some sugar, of course. So I am doing something that's very challenging to me. I've been doing this podcast for over 4 years, and it has been a blast. I am loving it. Yes, I've had bad days and bad months, actually, that I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. But I have been talking to you for 4 years about taking care of yourself and about making sure that you know your limits and those kind of pieces. And God just kind of got a hold of me. And we are actually going to be out of the country when you hear this podcast. I'm not currently out of the country. I'm sitting in my living room right now. But when you get this podcast, I will not be in the country. And God has really been challenging me to trust Him in a new way. And that has been really weird for me. I went to someplace, and I think I talked about this on a previous podcast, about learning to dream with Him and really leaning into the things that He's telling you and the adventure that He's got before you. And this, for me, has been really weird. I'm actually going to be taking a couple weeks off from the podcast. There will be no podcast for maybe 3 to 4 weeks. It's going to be a smidge. I'll be back in about a month. But this is really about me taking time for myself. And that is so bizarrely weird, right? Like, I'm great at taking time for puzzles. I'm great at taking time in the car. You know, I talk about those things, and I'm really good at taking those little moments for myself. But I'm not good at taking longer moments and taking time just to kind of reset. And I know that a lot of people call that a sabbatical or different things like that in like the ministry world. I'm not counting this as a sabbatical, just probably because that seems like I'm actually doing more than I am. Like, you should be like full time to take I don't know. I'm like, it's kind of a weird thing, but I'm going to take a break. I know that you really, on a podcast, this is a leap of faith. I completely honest. Like, they tell you, don't take breaks. Make sure that you schedule everything out. It's hard to get your audience back. And honestly, I hope it's not. I hope that you stick around and that, in fact, you take this time to catch up on old ones and really maybe start sharing it with people and going, you know what? A year ago, Jenny had a podcast you should listen to, and really spread the word for me. I'd really appreciate that. But I know that many of us run and run and run and run and run, and we never stop. And not a lot of us have this opportunity that I just have now. Not a lot of people get this opportunity. And so for me to take a month off is hard, but it's also, I think, a gift from God. And so I'm going to take this gift and I'm going to enjoy it. Yesterday, I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought 4 Sudoku books. I know. Will I finish them? Challenge accepted, right? We will see if I can get them done. If I get 4 or 5 puzzles done, I will be thrilled because that would be about my max most of the time. But I have 4 full books. We will see if this is actually going to be how I relax or not. But it's not something I'm great at. It's not something that my husband's great at. And it's something that I would really like my daughter to know, that it's important. If God gives you the gift of time to relax, whether it is a weekend or for me, it's a few weeks, that you get to just go and relax and not have to think about, when am I going to speak on this next podcast, the editing, the emails, all the stuff that you just don't know that goes into this, which is fine because you don't have to know, which is good for you, not so good for me. And now I get to take time off. So I hope that this is maybe kind of a spark for you, a spark of like, oh wait, if Jenny's willing to take some time, maybe I could go camping for the weekend and shut off my phone and really just enjoy a weekend away. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to go camping because I'm not going camping. Just FYI, not going camping. But I am going to try to turn off my social media to the best of my ability. I'm going to turn off my emails, and I am just going to enjoy my family and where we're going and our time together. And so grateful for my puppy sitter who's going to take care of my dog and love him, and he's going to feel right at home, so I'm not going to worry about him at all either. It is just going to be a time of relaxation. And so can you try to find that for yourself? I know you're probably not going to be able to set that time aside, but when is your next vacation? When is the next thing that you get to look forward to? I know that years ago, our pastor really said something to Kevin that has changed our lives forever. And I just am so grateful for our pastor. He is just, he's no longer our senior pastor, but he's always pastor. And he said, always make sure that you have your next vacation planned. And that has been a life-changing thing for us. Whether it is a weekend away or it is a big trip, we always have something that is on the books for the next thing, because it is so important to have rest in our lives. And God talks about it over and over and over in the Bible. And he talks about being weary and tired, and because that is part of human nature, is to be weary and tired, and he will be our rest. So even if you can't take a weekend away, I want you to take some time today to find some rest. And I will talk to you all in a few weeks. Yeah, that's all I have for you. I told you it would be a little short and sweet today. But you can find me on Real Life with Jenny on Instagram, Facebook, and Be Real. All of those are up and about, so get connected. Like, it's time to connect with Real Life with Jenny. You've been thinking about it forever. You've been thinking about going on and finding me. Go for it. Let's do this. Find me on Be Real. Find me on Instagram. Find me on Facebook. Let's get connected. And you can find me at Real Life, christconnection.cc/Jen. You've been also thinking about, like, wouldn't it be fun for Jenny to come out and do a tea with the ladies in my church? It's time. Let's do this. Let's get something on the books and let's have some fun. Email me. I won't be answering it for a couple weeks, so do not feel neglected. But let's get something on the books for you, because I would love to come and share the love of Jesus with the people in your church. Well, you all have a great couple of weeks. I will talk to you again soon, and I'm excited to see and maybe even see pictures on Real Life with Jenny of where you've gone and what rest you've done in this next couple of weeks. Have a great few weeks.